Hello and welcome to a SmurP video, and today we are looking at Transformers Legacy Evolution, and this is Voyager class comic universe Tarn. Now this has been the most eagerly awaited figure since, well, forever for it to get this version, and I'm very happy. I'm a big fan of comic universe Tarn. Great character. And for all those that have always that are trying to create that universe, the IDW universe, this is great to have it in here. And I hope we see more IDW characters, because there is a fan base that wants them to create them. It's not just about the animated series. There's a big comic, probably humongous, just as big as the cartoons fans out there that deserve to get the toys that they deserve. So anyway, as always, beautiful artwork, beautiful on the side. A bit surprised that this has got the sort of the Autobot team on there rather than some Decepticons, because it does make sense, even though we sat sort of outside of the Decepticons. Evo Fusion, so I'll be intrigued to see how that looks. It takes 27 steps to transform him. And then, whoops, sorry, not my my camera. And then on this side, just a final sort of look there. So I'm going to get him open off camera because it will be a disaster. And let's have a closer look. All right, so here is Tarn out of his packaging, and he does look very nice. He is a decent size. However, I felt like maybe it's just me, like he could have been a bit more bulkier. You know, I always felt like Tarn was meant to be very intimidating. However, I'm not so sure with this figure as such. But hey ho. Apologies. There was a bit that was really bugging me. So I just wanted to get the weapon piece out of the way, because there is 3 elements to this. So here is the guns, etc. And you can have it like this, if I've done it correctly, like this. And that does look very cool, and that can just fit on his forearm like that. And that does look very decent. I do like that one a lot. And then I can take it off, if I can take it off. Come on, there we go. And then the other piece is to sort of stick it on the back as such. Now I just need to maneuver that into position. Hopefully I've done that right. I don't think I have done that right. Okay, and I just pull them down to the sides like so. Just push that over. Nope. You can just put that on there, which is pretty decent. I think the only thing about that is I would have liked it to be a bit more maneuverable. He also feels a bit vulnerable in terms of the fact he doesn't have any other guns, so a couple of smaller guns I felt like would have been pretty darn decent. And then the final piece, if I just, you know what, I'm just gonna take that off. You can rotate that around if you want. Sorry, that's the piece on the back that you just plug it into. And then you can't have him just holding the 2 guns single like that. So in reality, actually, there's 4 ways you can pose these guns. This is pretty impressive. It just looks, you know, you get that in the right pose, and he's just walking very nicely. Very nicely. And then finally, you can just put them together, and this is apparently the fusion part, if that's what you want to call it. In fact, no, done that the wrong way around. Apologies. And you've got this really big gun that you can't really do anything with. So like that, you can sort of give him a decent pose. Well, there's probably a better pose than that. So there you go. There are the 4 gun modes if you want. So let's have a little closer look at him. So he does very nice little Decepticon sign there. So if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've read Phase 2. Tarn was meant to be an enforcer of justice. So if somebody, he's part of the justice system, the RID, if I remember correctly, I could be completely wrong, and they used to go in, lay down the law. Does that sound right? Well, they used to punish those that they didn't agree to, sort of thing. So, oh, sorry, I'm just shining out in your thing. So I just wanted to point out, so he does have lead piping in there. It's very, very small. Because the eye slits are very, very small, you know, you want to get a nice little glow, which is pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Let me just get my camera right. Otherwise, it's going to fall right off. And then he has a nice array of colors all the way through. It feels very, very nicely done. And this is why it was probably one, not only because it's the character, but it's just it just looks like a very well done figure in terms of the whole body, etc. Bear in mind that I haven't looked at this sort of comic for a while, so I can't say that that's an exact Tarn match. Like I said, in my mind, I felt like he should be a bit more intimidating and a bit more taller, a bit more bulkier, but maybe that's just me. And, you know, I'm sure I'll get told off for not knowing my Transformer stuff. There we go. So the head can go all the way around and look up and down. There we go. And the arm does go up like that, and probably part of the transformation as well. You can go all the way around like so. It does have a symbol there. Has a little spin there. There's a very well round thing, but just be ever so careful anyway. There's a swivel on the thigh. Can do the whole splits, which is very, very cool. There is a sort of single, but it can't do it. It hasn't got a double thing. There's a little bit of a lefty righty and an upsy and a downsy. So he has a very, very nice range of articulation, which is great because you want to get your bot in some great modes, so scenes and, you know, trashing bots, etc. So I'm going to get him transformed, and we're going to have a look at his art mode. I don't know, maybe I was expecting too much, but I feel slightly like this was a little bit of a, I was very excited to transform it, but I felt a little bit let down. I don't know whether it's because I've done it perhaps slightly wrong, but it just feels a little bit on the small side. Once again, I'll come back to that intimidation piece. If I was an Autobot, would I be intimidated by this? Yes, he's got some great guns on him, but it's not that impressive. It's not massive. You know, he's about the size of just a little bit bigger than a normal Autobot car, depending on, you know, who we're talking about, for example. But it's quite cool. In terms of the transformation, I liked it a bar from the sawing off the arms. The arms bit was not complicated. It was just a little bit tricky, and I felt like once they could have found a way to blend it in or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it is what it is. Tarn, for me, the robot mode is perfection to a T. Other than my, you know, and we can debate whether my view is valid in terms of the bulkiness, etc. But the art mode certainly just feels a little bit underwhelming. Even the fact that you've got the hands still out, like, you know, I just don't get it. Maybe I may look at the instructions later. Maybe I didn't get some of the transformations right, but I feel like I have. I feel like I followed the instructions to the letter. And just that little bit of an element, a Voyager class. Don't get me wrong, we both know that things don't go along, but I mean, you got the arm sort of in there. I just don't know, maybe there was a way that they could have found it a better place for the hands. But nonetheless, well, that's cool. It's cool. You can, you know, still do what you want. It still doesn't take away from the fact that Tarn is a great figure in terms of his robot mode. But just, yeah, I just felt a little bit underwhelmed because I was really looking forward to to this, etc. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes Transformers are amazing, sometimes we big kids get disappointed. Anyway, if you like my video, please support my channel by subscribing. I really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself, very important these days. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.